Hi, my loves. How are we doing? All right. I feel like your person is involved with somebody, some form of third party karmic, but their thoughts are leading right back towards you. Yeah, I know. But per usual, I go long in detail for a reason. So if none of this applies, you sit right with you. You don't want to hear what I have to say. That is okay. I don't like getting yelled at in the comments. Okay. But again, I really want to see what is going on. Why is their brain leading right back towards you? It's kind of, this is going to be a reading more of not everything is what it seems to be. Okie dokie. So let me just kind of confirm the energy and then I'll break everything down. Like I said, if it's not your situation or how you feel or whatever the case is, that is okay. Got a notification sign. Let me just start with 4 cards. Oh, okay. So, compromise, toxicity, runner, and new perspective. Look at it differently and then change right there. Compromise, coming back together, making it work. There's clearly was a waiting period. I feel like that was done towards this person. And clearly this person's always ran from you. Okay. I think now you're trying, you know what's funny? I just uploaded a collective TikTok reading of you're no longer uploading, or you're no longer waiting on somebody to give you some form of attention or some form of validation. You're kind of like rethinking things through more of on a positive aspect. But this one, I feel like this collective, you really look at this person more negatively. I think you look at this person very toxic, but I think you also look at this person very much toxic. But anyways, as far as that collective reading, you're kind of rewiring your brain to wonder, you're kind of questioning the dynamic. And that's kind of almost where this reading's going to go. You're starting to question the dynamic, but now it's more of, I think you're questioning this person. Do I really want this person? And I always say, ego, is not your amigo. I can't tell if you really are starting to look at this person as toxic or if you're just upset because they have chosen somebody else. Yeah, Divine Feminine at the bottom deck. That's what I'm saying. I feel like this is kind of your energy right over here. You have clearly with that compromise, you have been on this waiting period. You wanted to make things work. You wanted this to come back together. And now this person has ran further from you. You're kind of like thinking everything differently, but it's more on this person. Okay, and then I got intimacy right here. Lust, passion, love. Okay, and then I got distance at the bottom of the deck. So clearly there has been a no contact period that is happening right now. For some of you, you could live, at a far distance from this person. You think that this person in a way is looking at you as like all you were was just lust to them. You're questioning even then. Also, kind of like what I uploaded on TikTok not too long ago. Was it ever that serious? Did I really love this person, or was it more of a lustful connection? Because I kind of feel like that's how this dynamic was based off of. It was kind of a short-lived romance. Don't make it fit. Maybe you guys never really took off. Yeah, options, more than one love decisions need to be made. And that's where I'm saying with that more than one love, like clearly the runner, your person has chosen something else over this connection, but in the nice way. I can't tell if you really now look at this person as just or if again you're more upset and your rejection wounds are getting wounded right now because they've chosen something else and it just wasn't you. But yeah, release, move on, let go and trust your angels. And then I got twin flame. There's a reason I say short-lived romance right there. I feel like that's both of you. Clearly, this person has shown you recently that they've kind of moved on. Whether you found out on social media, whatever the case is, they have chosen something. They are with somebody else over this connection right there. Compromise, regret, missing you. That's your person. I just said this kind of confirms the energy. Again, I'll break everything down. But that's what I'm saying. This person is missing you right now. They have clearly self-sabotaged this connection. And it makes me curious, and that's where I'm saying this collective, you're not seeing it properly. That's where I'm feeling you both have no idea what's going on really in each other's lives other than possibly social media is saying, okay? I'm saying that for a reason. You think that this person is just giving you the middle finger. They don't give a F about you. You're starting to rewire your brain thinking, do I really care about this person? But like I said, I think you go back and forth between, do I really view this person as quote unquote toxic or manipulative or am I just upset because they triggered a wound out of me, which is rejection wound, and they've chosen somebody else over this connection. True, I could be talking about a twin flame pairing or a soul tie pairing of some form. Again, do not make these details fit. I don't think this was a long-term relationship you and this person had. This was very short-lived, but they clearly have chosen somebody else even currently over this connection. But guess what? This confirms that this is your person. I don't think this is you. I don't think you're sad over this connection anymore. You're kind of like, again, thinking about it. You're trying to look at things differently. But again, I think you're on the verge of looking at this person as like, oh, they're a bad person. And like I said, I'll break it down. Maybe this person, didn't treat you the best. But again, think about it. Are you upset of how this person's rejected you? Which if that's yes, that is okay. But I think what you're more upset about is your ego's getting the way that they didn't choose you. They chose something else. But let's be real. If this is a true, I missed that card. Okay, but it says we're literally fresh start, new beginnings, leap of faith, safe to love right there, but it's in reverse. That's what I'm saying. You're feeling rocky about this. If this is a true twin flame pairing, let's be real. Your masculine, your person, they're not going to choose you. They're going to do everything they can to avoid this connection, and that's exactly what's happening. But again, their thoughts are leading right back towards you. You guys could have never really took off. You guys never could have been, for some of you, you could have never quote unquote been in a commitment quite yet. You could have just been more on the situationship, like just, hooking up. It was clearly a lustful connection, but now I feel like this collective, you're looking at that as like, oh, well, maybe this person only used me for this, and this person could have very much have at one point. Like I said, I'm not saying they're off the hook by no means, but this is a background of where this connection was built off of, and it was lust. I'm seeing extremely 18 plus connection for the two of you. You guys fulfilled each other very well in the bedroom. I will say that. And now you're looking at everything of like, was it ever love? Was it ever that serious? Was it ever that deep? No, it was. But again, I feel like egos are getting in the way right now. Same thing with your person. Again, feminines, you deal with gender, doesn't matter. You deal with everything internally. Internally, you're dealing with this. Your person's dealing with all their ego externally. You see what's happening a little bit? So the both of you, and that's okay if you're hurt or if you're questioning this person, especially if you can clearly see that they have chosen another option right here, the apple or the donut. And I feel like that is something you're reflecting on. That is kind of literally like this, both taste yummy. Donuts are very sweet. But long-term wise, they're not good for you. But that's immediately before I go on with this reading. They are telling you right here, donuts, yes, they're delicious. They are good. They're scrumptious. But guess what? Donuts are not good for you. It's full of sugar. It's full of carbs. It's fat. It's not good for you. It's not going to fulfill you long term. You, my dear, are the apple. The apple sounds boring, but also apples do taste good too. They're good for your system, and you are the apple. Remember that. When you kind of get up in your head doing this, especially when it comes to twins, flames, like if you really do believe you are connected with the twin flame, oh, they chose someone better. No, they did. They just chose the donut. Yes, in the moment, it tastes good. It's sweet and, it's savory. But long-term wise, it's not good for you. This person kind of knows that, especially if they're with somebody and they're literally looking like this guy, sad. They're not being fulfilled eternally. Same thing like the donut. Donuts and apples are significant. You could have recently just had a donut. You could have just had an apple. Maybe this is for some of you a sign to take care of yourself. Maybe you've been eating a lot of junk recently. Start cleaning, cleansing yourself. Just saying. And then I got signs right there. You're being given signs. You're going la 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 again. But it's not a bad thing. This collective, you're leaning with logic right now. Well, logically, this is not good. Mirroring, shut up. What I just rant about the whole that you're dealing with everything internally. They're dealing with everything externally. Please, you're kind of questioning, which is okay. You're questioning this person's loyalty. Contemplation, heavy thinking, big decisions. Both of you are going through this right now. I think something's about to literally third party. I think your person's in a commitment with somebody else. Don't make it fit. I don't think, if you're kind of like, maybe there was somebody else, that's not for, this reading's immediately not for you. You know this person, as of right now, is moved on from with somebody else, okay? You're contemplating this dynamic. This person's contemplating. All right, let's do one more, and I'll break down how is this collective feeling about this person. Okay, and then I got soul purpose right there. But at the same time, as much as this collective, you're questioning this person, I think you're also questioning, I guess, the twin flame label in your own right. Like, yes, I think you still have this belief. But yeah, introverted, holding back, not saying much, closed off. That's the both of you. You guys are clearly in a no contact situation right now. You're kind of doing the, maybe this person's meant to move on from me. Maybe I was never supposed to wait on this. There's a lot to unpack here, I will say. But yeah, you're questioning the entire dynamic. This person's questioning their dynamic right now. But let me see. Let me see more now. I'm only, because this is kind of how this collective feels a little bit. Yeah, let me still do that. I really want to see more about how, again, this collective, you feel towards your person specifically as of right now. Like I said, I'm here to confirm how you're feeling, not tell you how to feel. Okie dokie. Let me kind of see for now. How's this collective? How do you feel about this person? Start with 4. Okay. Unfoldment, spiritual awakening, all-seeing eye, blessed union, and then left out in the cold. Yeah, clearly you feel left out in the cold, okay? But I think you catch yourself, like I said, with that all-seeing eye and meant to be together. Again, you clearly from the start have always done the no, this is my person, we're meant to be together. And clearly this person has really left you out in the cold. Again, they chose somebody else. But the problem is with that spiritual awakening and all-seeing eye right here. Spiritual awakening, sometimes obviously they're not always the prettiest. It's not, it can be very draining spiritually and physically, but you're also kind of letting your ego go all over the place too, when in reality, you know, some sense is trying to get knocked into you of like, look at the reality of the situation. Again, I think you go back and forth doing the okay, well, this person's toxic and this and that, which is not all the way bad, because I think in your own right, you're holding this person accountable. But at the same time, again, like I said in the beginning of the reading, are you upset with this person? If you are, that is okay. But are you really upset more that they have chosen somebody else over you and your ego is just getting hurt right now? And that is okay if you are, but that is a shadow work aspect that needs to be done and needs to be released for this particular time. Okie dokie. But yeah, the final dance, last chance, all or nothing, not playing games, or you're ready to peace out on this person. But again, I'm kind of going back and forth a little bit. Part of it is you are kind of lifting your middle finger up at your person, but part of you is doing the, maybe me and this person are not supposed to reconnect at all. Maybe this person is supposed to move on from me and I'm supposed to move on eventually. Maybe our union isn't. You're really questioning a lot right now. Blessed union. The hand of fate, fated relationship, forces beyond your control. That's what I'm saying. You do, Alex, I can't help how you don't make this detail fit. You do believe that this person at one point were meant to come back together. You guys met for a reason. You guys are twins. You still have this belief on this person, but it's more of, I think for the longest time, you've always quote unquote waited on this person. You've always done the, no, we're meant to be together. We're meant to come back. They're meant to contact me. And they, if anything, they've done the complete opposite of what you were kind of wanting. Now the ego's getting in the way. You're going through a spiritual awakening. You're not feeling too comfortable about this right now. But I think now, for once, you're trying to lead with logic instead of emotion. But again, you go back and forth. And that is okay. That is part of your healing. But again, don't let your ego get in the way. What is your heart telling you to do? And only you can answer that. Left out in the cold. The Empress. What did I just say? You're the apple, not the donut, and you're knowing that. And I always say true twins. You're meant to come to union with yourself, not with your person. The start of your journeys come. What is really happening is this collective, you're starting to choose yourself. So personal advice, scratch your person, focus on you. What do you deserve? Do you want to wait around somebody? Yeah, there was somebody else, but are you going to sit and wait forever? Not that you're doing that, but I'm saying this hypothetically. Are you going to finally be like, no, I'm the shit. I am the Empress. Gender doesn't matter. Anybody would be lucky to have me in their life. I am giving. I am nurturing. Yes, I have, just as much healing work as the next person over, but I am working on myself, and I should be proud of that. Instead of being like back and forth between, oh, F my person, well, maybe this, maybe for once this was meant to happen to trigger you to choose yourself, because your person is clearly not choosing themselves right now. If they're all like, oh, I'm with somebody, but I'm thinking about somebody else, that's somebody, we're talking about them, that's wounded, regardless on whatever their reasoning is. You guys are truly mirroring each other more than ever right now, and trust that. And again, I'm not a reader that's going to tell you what to do. I am definitely not going to do that. You must choose your person. No, choose yourself. This was happening for a reason. This was happening for you, not to you. Yeah, unhealthy choices, bad eating habits. I just said for some of you, this collective, you could be eating like junk. I'm hearing, start eating well again. Take care of your vessel. Focus on your health. Careful of who and what you let in. But I think you do look at this person as an unhealthy choice in a way. And I always say, true twins, you're meant to trigger each other. You're meant to tear each other apart. It's not all love and light in this case. If you're truly on the journey, you would resonate with this. But your ego started to come back. Put your ego aside. Note it was meant to happen. Whether this person's meant to come back in my life or not, it doesn't matter. Yes, I got left out in the cold, but this is meant to happen for me to find me. Just switch your mindset just a little bit. You're getting there. I don't think this collective, you're doing anything wrong by no means. This is just uncomfortable. It's a part of this journey. All-seeing eye. Negative emotions is what I'm saying. The negativity is taking over, and that is okay, but purge it out. Don't hold it in. Holding grudges does you no good. Let it release it. Go scream, go cry. The grasp of greed, materialism, possessiveness, and selfishness right there. And again, this is how you look at this person. I think that, and it is very resentful, and I can understand where this collective's coming from. It is hard to watch somebody you love choose somebody else over you. It is gut-wrenching. It is not easy. Where you are at now, I have to say, for this collective, you are at a very uncomfortable position, but you're handling it the best that you can. But the only thing I am asking you to do is instead of being like, this person chose me, they didn't choose me, go a million miles an hour, throw your person away for a second, center yourself. This is meant for me to choose myself. Yes, I think you do look at this person as very selfish. How could they do this to me? But you weren't letting them go. You've always done I'll wait for that. Again, don't make these details big. You've always done that. They'll come back. They're my person. They have to come back eventually. You were holding on to them like a grip. And now both of you in your own right are being humbled right now. You're not meant to wait on this person, but you know that now. But instead of being so focused on, how the situation's kind of unfolding, why is this unfolding? This is happening for you, not to you. If this is your reading so far, they are clearly not in the happiest situation. For some reason, you could be like myself, you could be attracted to the color green. You could be wearing a lot of green, which is all about good luck's on your side. And that's what I am hearing. Good luck is on your side. You could be finding ladybugs or lady beetles. It's just 777 could be significant. You are getting signs right now that luck is on your side. Clovers, something about the color green, but I also kept hearing that I use that term, the grass isn't greener on the other side. Something about the color green is very significant too. You could, like I say, you could be wearing green watching this. But now, I really now want to see, how does this person feel about you? And then I want to see what's going on between them and the third party, okay? How does this person feel about this collective? Okay, we're off to a start. I'm going to start with 4 as well. Oceans of tears. Creativity, forever yours, on a pedestal. They are really comparing you more than ever right now. And it makes me curious if your person right now is maybe not. I don't want to say your person's getting treated horribly by the third party, because I don't think they are. But it's not the same as more what I'm getting. It's more of like they really do too much comparing. This person really does put you on a pedestal. I'm going to be honest. Maybe they've already slipped up a few times and actually brought your name up a few times. I think now they're waking up to this connection. But I think as sad as it is to hear, I think it had to take this person to move on towards somebody else for them to realize, oh, this is not the same. Like I said, I don't think this person's being treated horribly. And again, it's nothing against like really the third party. It's just, personally, I think they're with someone that's exactly like them. And I always say sometimes that is a scary thing to be with, especially if you're in your wounding era. What do you think I think this karmic is honestly doing the three of you a giant favor, or the both of you a giant favor. I said the three of you for a reason. The number 3 could be significant, but anyways, because what this karmic I feel like already is doing is showing them a mirror of who they are, and it's more their shadow side, and it doesn't give them that kind of fulfillment, where you were the opposite, kind of what twins do. You kind of show them, yes, your shadow, because it is triggering, but also what your guys' I guess love could be capable of someday, and that's why they ran from it. I feel like this person never truly felt like they were good enough for you. Now, I know this part may be annoying and very for some of you to hear, be like, yeah, right, but bear with me. I feel like this collective, you are a very spiritual person, and they love that about you, actually. What's this ocean of tears? What are they in loss of? They really felt like they've lost you. The battlefield, fighting, arguments, disagreements, not on the same page. What do you think they're dealing with? Maybe they are already. That's what I'm saying. I feel like now maybe things are starting to fall apart between them and the third part. Like I said, I'll get into that. But again, this is more how they feel towards you. I feel like maybe whatever. This person's, again, in nostalgia of you. They are thinking of specifically the last time you guys spoke. That's what I'm saying. Don't make it fit. You guys are in no contact. There could have been a true fight that broke out between the two of you. And maybe there was some harsh words exchanged by the both of you. And now this person's in regret. I think, and this may be a trigger warning, I think this person really thought that they could live without you and they could do okay without you. And you were just another chapter in their books. And now everything is catching up to them, and it shows. What is this creativity? Nature calls, ground yourself. You both in your own right are being asked to ground yourself for the time being. A strong urge to express yourself. I think this person in the past is always led by impulse. Okay, they've always, whether it is with you, with other people, whatever the case is, when the moment I feel like in the past this person would think about you, makes me curious if this person's always kind of came in and out of your life, especially if and again, very briefly, twins, let's be real, if you guys have always been kind of on and off, you guys are only in each other's lives like a week tops, not very long. I'm not talking getting back together, because that's a karmic. No. But I feel like every time this person would come into your life, it was out of impulse, out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden they would pull away because, again, their running boots was still on. But, emotionally, they were very lustful. They missed you. So in their mind, I have to go towards my person. But in the past, they would always pull away from you. And maybe that was something you guys always fought about, is this collective. You would do why are you running from me? Stop, doing that. And this person would be kind of careless about it. They could have been very cold and heartless towards you. But they're going in nostalgia of your guys' last argument specifically. It could have not been a pretty picture for the two of you. Let me keep going how this person feels. Yeah, the world completion, new worlds opening up, and rewards after hard lessons right here. I think they're in the middle of a hard lesson right now and I think it's simply they're not you. And they're learning the hard way right now with the world. They're going through a lesson right now. And you both are feeling very uncomfortable right now. On a pedestal, Fair is fair, justice, balance, mutual benefit. As bad, I think this person in their own right kind of feels like this is their karma. They're in the middle of karma right now with that justice. They think you won in life. That's what I'm saying. I think they truly look. I have to say, this person, let me make this so clear, is not sending you the evil eye. They're not. I think they really do watch you and go, oh my gosh, well, they're in awe of you. But I think they always have, but they failed to express that towards you, right? Wow. This person could really think, man, maybe me, that is my karma. That's what I'm saying. I want to get into your person in the third party because they really think that, like, this is their karma. Where this collective, you feel like this person in their own right is just living their life. Ooh, no. They know but the problem is, what I don't like is they know they have a decision to make. But again, both of your egos are getting wrapped up right now. Let me do one more. Deep wisdom. Read between the lines. Be wise and pay attention. You can see the truth clearly. But the thing is, the person is left out in the cold. This person also has a fear of rejection, that essentially if they leave the third party, they're in their minds of what they've done in the past, impulsiveness, they would always run to you, and they're afraid you would give them the middle finger, especially if it's very public that they have moved on. But again, what both of you have failed to realize right now, it's about choosing yourself. It's not about choosing each other. And that's what the both of you are so fixated on. But I'm talking about the both of you, I feel like, are very smart people. I think you're both wise like an owl. Very book smart is what I'm hearing. Wow. But they miss you. Despite your guys' problems in the past. And no wonder you do look at this person as toxic, because maybe you guys did bicker and argue every time that this person would leave your life or disappear, go rogue. No wonder you are questioning. Maybe this person is the problem. Like I said, I think they were in their own right. But again, this collective, again, in the past, you've always done that. We'll stay here, da-da-da. I hope they come back because they're my person. You've always been in chaser mode because of it. You truly made their world better, and they didn't. They missed out on that part. Let me see how... I want to see, there's another deck I want to use. Let me do what's the vibe. I want to see how your person and the third party are really doing. Envy and nightlife. Laughter. Ooh, let me do one more. And then vacation. Wow. I feel like that may be your person, this third party. That's what I'm saying. I don't think there's anything dramatic kind of going on. I think there could be, if it, it will come up. But I have to say, no wonder this collective, you really think your person is just outliving their best life, because maybe there has been posts of them going out and partying together, going on vacations, like doing things with each other. And there is clear. But again, this is how they're doing with each other. There is some form of discontent. Yes, on, the outside, it does come off as like they're laughing, but there's something on the inside. There is something not all the way being fulfilled right now. Literally an epiphany. I feel like with that, what's this competitive? What are they competing with each other about? Possibilities. Follow your dreams, make up your mind, believe in yourself. And then blocked, moved on, nothing to say, and stopped calling. I just said your person could have slipped up and said your name or brought you up in a conversation. And maybe this third party is feels like they're in competition with you. Like, as far as maybe this third party is not all the way dumb and knows that their heart, your person's heart, is directed somewhere else. That's where I'm saying, I don't feel like right now, like I said, let me make this clear. I don't feel like this third party is like a bad person or they're toxic or anything like that. I think this person just moved on. And it's not the third party's fault, but at the same time, I'm seeing two people that are holding on for dear life. This third party knows your person's heart is elsewhere, and this person, I feel like, is not emotionally in towards it. And like I said, they could appear off the surface like they've gone on vacations together, they've gone to party together, gone to certain events together. You know, they seem happy, but beneath the surface, with that envy, I feel like this is the third party. They're competing for your person's affections. Let me do more, because that envy is popping out. Today, literally now, in the moment. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Let me do one more. Shattered, broken, nightmares, and then failures right there. Maybe that's another thing that has kind of happened, is maybe your person has blocked you. For some of you, they could have blocked you when they got into a relationship with this other person. Hence, the third party could have told them. Just saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, whether you're aware of it or not, this third party... Anyways, I don't know if it cut off on me. I was talking, but the third party does see you as competition. And this person, like I said, for some of you, could be blocked by this person. But I feel like something's coming, though, with that shatter. Again, it's funny. They're talking what it looks like on the outside versus the inside. I will say that on the outside, they do seem like they have a sweet relationship, and they could in their own way, but there's more beneath the surface. But again, in this case, your person's the problem, because they're not speaking up. They're not speaking their truth. They're thinking about all the wrongs they've done, but like they're not in this case, it's not the third party's fault that your person's not being honest about where their heart is sitting. I don't think your person's feeling too hot. Shattered, that's how they're feeling. Those vacations they're going on, the concerts, the partying, the club life, whatever this person and they're doing is not filling the void of what's going on internally. And that is the number one thing masculine's struggling with. So in a lot of ways, yes, guys, this third party had to be in the way to wake your person up. Getting drunk, and yes, I'm not saying this person, their own right, not to trigger this collective, is not happy with this third party in their own way, but it's not fulfilling them long term. Your person is kind of doing this person I want to marry. Yeah, they're a good person, they're fun, I've had a great time, I care for them, but like, is this good enough for the long term? Like I said, nothing's happened quite yet. Birthday is significant. Somebody's birthday could be coming up very soon, you or this person. Or one of you could have just had a birthday. It's not happy. The first card was envy that flopped down. Then you got nightlife, laughter, vacation, discontent. All of that. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes materialistic things, outside influence does not fill the void of what's going on in here. And really, they're feeling like this right now. They're not happy. They're not you. And like I said, I'm not seeing this third party's toxic. It's not, grass wasn't greener on the other side. Like I said, it's not so much, there's toxicity. If anything, it's kind of the opposite. They could have really had a beautiful connection together, still do in their own right. But again, in here, it's not fulfilling it. And it's sad because it's in that ways, this person is not choosing themselves. So right now, they're in this mindset, well, I'm just going to stay put till something changes. That's why I've been telling this collective, again, from the beginning of this reading, choose yourself. Always choose you. That's the whole point of this. It's not coming to union with, that's where the both of you, this collective, you gotten it twisted. You think the goal is to come into union with your person, and now they've chosen somebody else, and you're like, what was the point? Because you need to choose yourself. And yes, it does get triggering to watch someone you love choose somebody else. But I will say this. It may be radio silent for a minute, but I really want to see what is coming next for the both of you, because this is not the last time you're going to hear from this person. I just want to see what's coming next. We got Mercury Retrograde coming up, and I always say to truly know if it's a karmic, if you guys broke up during Mercury Retrograde, that is not good. 10 of Cups, 5 of Cups in reverse, 3 of Pentacles, and then the 4 of Wands in reverse. Showing you the cards, okay? I'm going to be honest, guys. It's going to be a minute before your person will come in. There could be a breakthrough that will happen during Mercury retrograde, but I will say I don't think a breakup is going to happen during Mercury retrograde. I always say that time period, retrogrades, everybody gets so freaked out during that time, when in reality, I saw a glitch for a reason sign. In reality, it's a review period. I think you and this person are going to go through a review period over each other. It's more just simply of what do you want. This person's really going into a review period of what do they want out of this third party. Then something else could start to unfold. But I do think the outcome with the Four of Wands in reverse, there is going to be a break off. So in this case, I don't see it happening until after the retrograde, which ends August 5th, I believe. So I think it'll be a minute before you hear from this person. Let's be real, this collective and nice. You have to choose yourself right now. Don't worry about, well, what if I want this person or not? Don't think about that right now. Maybe that's not something to delve into. Think about what makes you happy. This person needs to learn to choose themselves. They need to get out of their own way with the Five of Cups in reverse. They're spending right now too much time staring at broken glasses when they got two standing right behind them. The right behind them is the karmics, but it shows that they can't be happy around karmics. They're not happy around themselves. This person needs a lesson to go through when it comes to the person they're with. So it will be a minute before I see this person really coming through to you properly. Knight of Swords in reverse. That's what I'm saying. I feel like maybe this collective, a small part of you could be hoping for communication during this retrograde, but no. I think they're purposely being cut up because, again, you both are in a review period even right now. What do you want? And I always say, like, instead of focusing on love for this collective right now, think of, again, what makes you happy. What are some goals? Instead of being so worried about your happily ever after as far as that family life, a soulmate, whatever the case is, this collective, think about what you want this lifetime. Do you have things on your bucket list you want to complete? Are you fixated on your job? Focus on that. Focus on your money, your grind. Don't think about, as bad as it sounds, I don't think for both of you, and that's a lesson to both of you, if this is really your reading, love is not really your priority right now. Choose yourself. And I always say feminines lead the way, so the more you start, what do you think your person's going to do? It's going to break off. And you're already starting to do that, but quit getting in your head about the whole ego thing of like, oh, well, F them, F this, F that. Well, then, maybe it's supposed to be. No, you guys, believe it or not, this was meant to happen. So as bad as it sounds, you are kind of in the spot where you do have to be like in your own right. Yeah, F my person, I choose me, not choose somebody else, choose me. Yeah, hermit, literally. There is some still, you both need to go into isolation for a while. I think the both of you are so focused on why are you, you're doing the why is my person not choosing me? And then this person's doing the, well, I don't understand why I chose these other things, but I'm going to stick with it because it feels safe. You both are looking at everything, so choose yourselves. I can see this person break it. Let me confirm that Four of Wands in reverse. I can see this breaking off right after the retrograde, which regardless, Four of Cups, literally. They're going to do that. I really don't. That's what I'm saying. This person is not emotionally attached the way you think they are. They're not. I would say August, I could see something breaking off. You still got a few weeks. And then Three of Pentacles. And then the Fool right there. That's a collaboration. I feel like your person's correct. They are about to start from zero all over again. But again, I will say, again, I keep repeating myself. I'm sorry. I'm getting myself so ahead of it. But anyways, as I was saying, this person in the past has always made a mistake of coming into your life impulsively. Impulsively, they were lustful. They missed you. They wanted to see you. I think this person, I'm going to be honest, which honestly will be a good thing. They're not going to impulsively rush towards you. Usually I tap into masculines as soon as a third party's broken up, they're racing their feminine. This time I don't think it's going to happen. They're saying go into hermit mode. And I think you both will, especially if you're sending off energy of do not come near me right now because I'm mad at you. This person's not going to come towards you, especially, again, I'm saying this for a reason. If they publicly have announced on social media or whatever that they are in a relationship, they know their string with you is very thin. So if your person is dealing with rejection wounds, they're not going to poke the bear right now. They're not. So I think it will be a minute, I'm going to be honest, before you guys hear from each other again. But in this case, I kind of like it. They don't want to hurt you any more than they want to. Right now, they're in heavy nostalgia. Like, wow, I had it really good with my person. I loved my person. Nobody else compares. But they're not going to put, I really do believe this person's not going to put you in a position to hurt you even more. High Priestess, as I said that. And my water heater kicked on. They're not. This way, I know this may be like, but you both, I'm sorry, I have to say it, love, for if this is really Irene's not your priority, don't worry about finding your Four of Wands moment. You will get your Ten of Cups. Whether it is with this person or without them, it doesn't matter. Find yourself. That's the whole point of Twin Flames. You need to love yourselves more. Both of you are letting egos take over. Yours is internally, your person's more externally. And as bad as it sounds, as of right now, are they going to break free from this? Yes, because you're breaking free. They're kind of staying put because I feel like this person in a weird way doesn't like to be alone. And maybe in their mind, they have invested too much into the relationship. Right now, this person's not seeing their worth. Anyways, as I was saying, part of them could feel like that they don't want to be alone. But like I said, this person needs to find their self-worth. The universe will never make you guys, anybody, comfortable in a situation you're not meant to be in. Your person's feeling very uncomfortable. I don't care what it looks like on the outside. You know, I actually read a thing, and I kind of believe this to some degree. There's nothing wrong with posting your significant other and flashing them out. We all do it. We all want to present how happy we are naturally, right? But there is a thing that the couples, and I'm saying this for a reason, the couples who constantly post on the internet about their lives and how happy they are, especially couples, don't always believe it. There's something really deep going on behind the scenes. And I'm saying that for a reason, especially if this third party feels like they're in competition for your person's affection or your attention. They could be posted. That could be a sign, but don't be stalking their socials, please. It's not worth it. They could really be presenting out like, oh my God, please believe us, we're happy. But that's what I'm saying. Looks could be deceiving. Find yourself. And I'm saying all this for a reason. Maybe this collective, you're doing a little too much stalking on social media, or you're too worried or too hyper. If you are, detach. They're not asking you right now, because again, right now, egos are taking over. They're not asking you right now to make a decision to move on from this person or hold on. Detach. The more you detach, the more you're going to find your true higher self, your divine feminine energy. And it's not so much of whether I should let this person go or not. It's more of I know my worth. Whether it is with this person or somebody else, until you find that you're always going to be attracting in wounded masculine. Is that what you want? No. All right. Let me get one of my oracle decks to kind of confirm. I really want to use actually this deck because I haven't used this bad boy in a while. And then we'll be done. I'll get dates, angel numbers, all that sort of stuff. What other messages? So I got pair of shoes, literally the both of you. Coupling, partnership, and the opossum, diversity. And then number 2 and 31 could be very significant right here. The opossum is kind of like with that diversity. It's like exploring a little bit. You're just going through a giant learning curve with this person right now. And is it a hard one? The best way I could describe this reading, it's uncomfortable. It's not fun. And number 16, the crow, dash hopes and mourning. You and this person, your own right. Okay, you could have spotted a crow recently. An opossum is very significant as well. Oh, my camera's dimming on me. I'm here, walk a mile in my shoes, literally. You both are looking at each other through surface level. You're really not using, quote unquote, your high priestess, opening up your third eye and understanding what's really going on. But it does need to happen to detached. But no, your hope, and I think this collective, you are really doing there's no hope for this. Don't say that either. But again, detach. They don't want you to sit and wait and be like, this is going to come through to me. Because again, if this is really Irene, I don't see this person reaching out for a minute. And in this case, like I said, it is a good thing. 444 on my time. And then one more, and then I got the peacock. Vanity and pride. You're letting your pride get in the way. Are you kidding me? The bayou, emotions are running up at an all-time high for the both of you in your own way. Detach. In a way you're really not supposed to know, and number 12 could be significant. You're not really supposed to know what all is going on behind closed doors. You got to trust that. This will truly come at the right time. And I feel like at this point, because you and this person have gone through so many rounds with each other, they're not going to ship this person to you anymore because you're already holding certain resentments towards them. Go through this lesson of truly finding yourself. Okay. All right. Now let's get initials, first, last, middle names. Could be very significant. J, B, R, W, O, U, W, V, V, M, G, X, C, N. Let me just do a few more. Okay, and then I got G, E, F, I. Okay. Now let's get significant memories, birthdays, upcoming ones to think about. All right, so I got the 4th, the 29th, fall time, Halloween, the 16th, the 20th, Easter, Thanksgiving, the 14th, the 11th, one day from now or one day ago, or the 9th, okay? Now let me get angel numbers up. Literally came out rest, pause, journey, a new beginning. That's what you're being guided to do. Sign. You're meant to rest right now, not go look for answers, not wait for rest. Start your own journey, rewrite your own book without this person. Be okay with that for a moment. And this person has to too in their own right. Okay. 2323, 4444, 0330. You could be seeing a lot of mirror numbers right now. That means they're thinking about you. 5555, 1011, 3333, 888, 1010, 999, 1515, and 1001. I hope this helped, my babies. Take care of yourself, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye, my butt loves.